Welcome to the program, Like Nobody's Business. I'm Kristin McMillan, President and CEO of the Las Vegas Metro Chamber of Commerce. The Las Vegas Metro Chamber has been at the forefront of developing and connecting leaders in this community who are making a difference, people who are innovating, and people who are driving our economy and our region forward. These are people who run businesses, governments, educational institutions, nonprofits, and other types of organizations. These are real leaders who are dreaming big and making bold moves in our community. Leaders who are taking charge and doing their jobs like nobody's business. So we're here to hear their stories, and today our very special guest is John Lee, the mayor of the city of North Las Vegas. Mayor Lee is in his second term running City Hall and recently won re-election in a landslide victory. So Mayor Lee, we want to welcome you to the program. We want to thank you for being here and congratulations on your recent re-election victory.
Thank you. Well fought, well worked for. It took 4 years to get to the re-election. I didn't know if I'd make it or not. It was a tough day in North Las Vegas, but to sit here with the Chamber, one of my greatest partners, is exciting to me, and I hope and wish well for this show.
Thank you very much, and we are great partners with the City of North Las Vegas, and particularly with you. The first question I have is this. Let's go back a few years. You started this job about mid-2013, and when you came into the position of mayor, you were facing some fairly dire circumstances, some very serious financial deficits within the city, and you really took it on with a vengeance, I believe. You've faced serious challenges in your past, I know that, but what motivated you to do this? Where did you find the strength to really take on such a serious situation, and how did you feel when you walked in the door day one?
Well, that's a good question. All my friends told me, don't do this, it's impossible, it won't happen. You've got a great reputation, you should just, consider another elected position or something. And I thought, how can you let your hometown go under? How could you let your Boy Scout troop, your church, your university, something that had built you and made you the person that you were, how could you sit by and let it fall apart? I didn't know if I had the answers. I just know I had the desire, and I knew that there was something special about North Las Vegas and that I could do this. And so I chose to do this. I walked in the first day. I had no idea what I'd even got into. The former mayor didn't even let me in the building to get briefed or anything. I remember sitting in the office, sitting down on the floor and looking around, I can't believe I'm here, and then wondering, how do I fix this? I called San Bernardino, I called Detroit, I called other cities that were having problems. I listened to some of the issues that they were facing, and I realized that with the right team around me, with the right business approach, I could fix this thing if I just had the time. We were about 2 weeks away from maybe having our charter taken. The city and the county had already identified lines. Maybe they would split the city up, but they didn't want the debt, so that was in my favor. So $156 million deficit, and we found another $6 million that was left out of the budget, was what I walked into. But we were blessed with brilliant people that I just called on the phone and said, quit your job, come over here, I need you. And they came, and we've worked as a team ever since, and we're out of the hole now.
Well, congratulations, and North Las Vegas now has the reputation as being the turnaround town.
Yes.
So here we are in 2017, and I want to talk about some of the current economic projects that are going on in the city of North Las Vegas and some of the recent successes that you have. First of all, let's start with the Northgate Distribution Center. I believe that's a 120-acre industrial park that's being built by Van Trust Real Estate. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, and what types of companies are being attracted into that industrial park?
That's it. We for years, I'm on the LVGEA, a fine organization that had realized that we needed more places for industrial and warehousing and all that kind of stuff. And I looked at all the assets in North Las Vegas and realized this was a huge asset. I'd bring a lot of developers in, a lot of people in, and tell them what my dream was for North Las Vegas. Most of them got excited about my dream and didn't know they actually wanted to be the first to financially back it. Van Trust, I brought them in, I talked to them, I showed them how we could win this. They actually built the first spec industrial building on that property. Before it even got the plans approved, they had somebody prepared to move in there. So from that time forth, everybody else realized, what does Van Trust know that we don't know? And it started the direction in North Las Vegas to be able to pull out of the mire that we were in. So the boldness of the developers in this community get a lot of the credit for the success of North Las Vegas, but I just know we got ahead of the curve in North Las Vegas. I just felt it was time, and I appreciate these developers helping me. So we've got quite a few companies out there, million square feet. We've got about probably 10 million more square feet that's going to be out in that area. Where I-15 and 215 intersect, the freeways intersect. I've got 1,100 acres over there that we're pulling a sewer now. That is a hot, hot area. And so that part of our valley is going to explode. My job as mayor is to diversify the incomes of the families in North Las Vegas so that they're both not working hospitality, gaming, and tourism. If one of them could be maybe working at a hotel, getting great tips, having a great lifestyle, but the other's working maybe at Apex, building something that can be sent out across the world and still be marketed and sold, that diversifies the incomes of those families. And the second thing, my goal is to see that we bring those property values back up. The #2 form of savings in America for retirement is equity in your home. We owe our North Las Vegas residents more equity in their homes, so we're doing everything it takes to build that retirement system for them also. So we got big plans in North Las Vegas.
You sure do, and those are great overarching goals. Can you tell us about a couple of the companies that might be moving into that area?
The Honest Company and Amazon are there, Bed Bath & Beyond. Amazon's actually hiring now. If you want to go online.
How many jobs?
I think they're looking for 500 people right now before Christmas starts.
It's a fulfillment.
It's a fulfillment center, which means
yes.
that's like kayaks and couches and all the big stuff will go in that area. And there's a lot of development agreements going on and non-disclosure statements I have to sign that I can't say.
Oh, darn.
But I can let the chamber know quickly what's going to be happening there if I get the word. So anyway, but if it weren't for the chamber and the friendly business environment they have, the hard work that you put together in our community at the legislature, we wouldn't be moving like we are right now. We have a great, great business community here, and we have an environment that you guys provide at the chamber to help me sell this Southern Nevada dream.
Thank you very much, and the Chamber does work very hard in that
Yes.
realm, and again, you're such a great partner with us. I also wanted to ask you a little bit about the investments being made by Boyd Gaming. They recently invested in the Aliante as well as the Cannery properties. What do you think that says about how gaming is viewing investment in North Las Vegas at this point?
So let me tell you a little story. I've always heard about Bill Boyd. He, as far as I'm concerned, he was just kind of invisible, but a huge player in his community. I don't think anybody in North Las Vegas had ever met Mr. Boyd unless they worked for him, you know, but we always knew the name, Boyd Gaming. I actually was shocked when within 10 days they spent $610 million to buy our 2 casinos. And Bill Noonan brought Mr. Boyd over to our office to meet me also. And he was sitting across from me, and I finally asked him, I said, Bill, why did you spend that kind of money in North Las Vegas? I was just amazed. And he goes, well, Mayor, we're following your dream. We know that's the way this community is going. We know with your leadership it's going to happen, and we want to be a partner in it. And this was a great investment for us. No speculation at all. We're going to do well in your community. So Keith Smith over there is a genius, and Bill Noonan and
Yes.
Bill Boyd seem to think we're doing something right. I think everybody else ought to pay attention.
That's really exciting news. And of course, Bill Noonan is the chairman this year of the Las Vegas Metro
That's right.
Chamber. And we just ended what we thought was a very successful legislative session on behalf of the members of the Las Vegas Metro Chamber and our business community. How do you feel about how that legislative session just ended for North Las Vegas?
Well, I was in the legislature for 14 years as an assemblyman and a senator and chairman of government affairs. I pretty much know that responsibility that the legislators have. I can tell you they did fantastic. I couldn't have been, it might have been push and shove between parties and the Assembly and the Senate and the governor's agenda, but I can tell you right now, at the end, the work that they put out, we've got all our bills passed that were significant bills for success for North Las Vegas. I couldn't be happier with the chairman. I couldn't be happier with the body. But the most important person that I would mention is our Assistant City Manager, Ryan Juden. He worked tirelessly, night and day, worked with your people, worked with everyone. It was a huge team effort for Southern Nevada, and we all pulled together and made sure everyone got their bills across the line, I should say, including UNLV and CSN. But I think Ryan Juden is a masterful lobbyist, and I so much appreciate him. And we in North Las Vegas have been blessed with him.
And we appreciate him too. Ryan, we know Ryan is a huge talent, and he works with our very own Vice President of Government Affairs, Paul Marak.
Yes.
And they work very closely together. It's been a great partnership again. So speaking of your staff and your team at the City of North Las Vegas, I want to give you the opportunity to give them a little bit of a shout out. What do you think you're doing within City Hall at this point to make it easier for businesses to do business, number one, and to make it more attractive for businesses to be able to relocate and to grow within the City of North Las Vegas?
Yeah, you show me anything that wins. You show me a Boy Scout troop that wins, a city that wins, a country that wins, and I'll show you a leader. We have got a magnificent leader in our city manager, Dr. Liu. She gets it. She has a great staff underneath her. We've been looking from when you first walk in the door with a set of plans, how do we make you a partner before we worry about redlining your project, you know? So we've got a self-certification program going now for huge projects that you can actually come in, give us the fees, hand up your plans. We'll give you a permit within 4 days. We look at the plans, make sure the building's in the right spot and some of the big structural things, and then we give you a permit. Go do your flood control. Go build your batter boards. Dig all your trenches. Do everything you need to. And while you're doing that, we'll be in the back taking care and looking at your plans and being in constant contact with who you've hired as your engineer or architect. That has allowed builders to start getting people to work. They know our product just as much as we do, what we expect to have done on paper. But if you take a 2x4, Kristin, and you put it up in Summerlin and lay it on the ground, it's still worth $2. You put it in North Las Vegas, lay that 2x4 on the ground, it's still worth $2. That material is not the most expensive thing in construction. It's the loss of income that you lose from interest payments on loans. You know, if we can stop a lot of those extra frivolous fees going out to interest and stuff like that, get you working immediately, we're going to make sense to do business with us. But we don't want you to bury anything. You got to keep everything exposed, but go to work, and we'll be right behind you offering all those plans in time for you to finish that building. We're excited, but you have to be self-certified with the City of North Las Vegas to get that. So if somebody comes in from out of town and tries to bring their company from St. Louis with them, and they say, how long does it take to get a set of plans, here are some permits, we tell them the course of activities between 2 and 4 months probably. But if you hire a local company who's been self-certified and they understand our process, we can give you permits in 4 days. We care about our local businesses.
Well, we like that at the Chamber of Commerce. I just have a couple final questions for you. First of all, you've had many great experiences in your life, and you have the capacity, you've really built the capacity to be a proven leader, whether, you know, running a successful plumbing company or being up and serving in the Nevada State Legislature, and now you run as a mayor. When and where and how did you find your stride as a leader? A leader who, you know, really was going to make a difference in this community, in this state, actually.
Early on, we had no actual big leaders in North Las Vegas, and I remember I wanted to be somebody. I just didn't want to be average and ordinary, but I wasn't any better than anybody else. I just had a desire, and I went to the library and I started reading books. The first book I read was on a guy named Aristotle Onassis. Why are there people in the world like that and people like me? How did they get there, you know? And so I started studying people, and I realized after studying people that they were very self-motivated. They didn't wait for others to blaze a trail for them. They got an idea, they knew what they could do, they just felt it in their heart that they could do it. They've never made a machine, Kristin, that can look in the heart and soul of a woman to see if they're a winner. We decide that ourselves on how we act and carry out the goals that we set. And then I read Think and Grow Rich. And I started putting together a plan that I could probably do some things. I just had to get some vision. So as I got going in life, I started getting some vision. And at one time, I wanted to be the richest kid that ever went to Rancho High School until I found out Tony Tony Marnell went to Rancho High School. I said, I'm not working that hard. But I think I've been surrounded, and I pick up the best qualities from people. Even if they have some bad qualities, if they've got good qualities, I pick those qualities up and study them and look at them, and I incorporate them. And I just think I just had to self-make myself, just as you have, you know. And so it's just motivate yourself and don't let other people tell you what's smart and what's wrong. Believe in yourself. Go out and work.
Well, I think that's good instructive guidance for me and for our audience as well. So, final question. What's next for John Lee?
I have a goal for North Las Vegas. We are going to be producing, in my tenure as mayor, 100 million square feet of industrial and commercial property. We will put that into the process of property taxes and water and permit fees. This will help bring North Las Vegas out of the hole. I've kind of told people I'm not going to serve more than one more term. I will wear out before I'll ever rust out, you know. But after I think this term here, I'll have things in such a way that I can hand the keys over to somebody who cares more about the day-to-day operations. I'm kind of the guy that you hire when you want to know where we're going to be 10 years from now. And if I can get it to a point, it's like if a school had to be open by a certain date, I would get the school open, but I'd have to give the keys to the principal and the teachers to teach the students. I don't have that skill, but I know what my skill set is. And I think there might be other things on my horizon that'll excite me, like fixing North Las Vegas did.
No doubt that's true, and we shall wait to see what's in the future for Mayor Lee. So with that, I think our program has come to an end today, and I want to thank you very much for being here. It's been a wonderful opportunity to talk to you. And I just want to say to our audience, thank you very much. We hope that you will tune in for our next program, because we are here to profile leaders in our community, those that are making things happen like nobody's business. Thank you.